Hello everyone, I've a really cool topic to talk about today, so let's just get started. Now, when we think of Harry Potter, many of us directly imagine the boy wizard who went to Hogwarts, who flies on a broom, who gets sorted into his Hogwarts house, and we are all there like, that's so cool, I want to do that. And to be honest, we've all done the sorting hat test, the wand ceremony, a lot of us have visited Warner Brothers Studios, and even now, over 2 decades later, Harry Potter still has a happy, warm place in our hearts. The story teaches us acceptance for who we are regardless of race or gender. Many characters have their own personal battles with prejudice and discrimination, amongst many other issues, and how to triumph over them, which is quite amazing because we can all relate. But what a lot of us fail to realise is, Harry Potter is quite a sad story, and there's a moment in the story where things take a turn for the worse, where things go dark and realistically, the situation never recovers. Things never go back to how they were beforehand. Guys, before we start, I'd like to talk about today's sponsor, Surfshark. This company have continued to sponsor me throughout these difficult times, so I'd be very appreciative if you kept watching and hear what I've got to say, as this product is really beneficial for you all. Surfshark offer you an incredibly powerful VPN to protect your internet privacy. In today's computer age, hackers are constantly trying to gain access to your bank account details, your social media passwords, and access to your personal information, amongst many other things. This can all be prevented when browsing under Surfshark's protection. Not only does it protect your privacy, it also offers you a lot more. Different countries have different viewing restrictions on what content can be viewed. Therefore, by logging into a VPN based in another country, you can gain access to that content that may be blocked in the country that you live in. For example, I've always used the Australia VPN, but it's recently come to my attention that you can gain access to the Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald movie on Netflix by using the Indian VPN, which is pretty cool. If you join Surfshark today, you'll get 83% off, 3 extra months for free. You'll also be able to use Surfshark on as many devices as you like, there's no limit, and finally, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Basically, if you're not happy, if you're not satisfied, then your money will be returned. It's a no-brainer, guys. So sign up to Surfshark right now by clicking the link in the description below. Now, the moment I'm talking about happens in the 4th book, The Goblet of Fire, and I'll get to that in a few moments, but let's take a brief look at how the first 3 books have a conclusive ending before the Goblet of Fire changes everything. The Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone for my friends across the water, is basically our introduction to the wizarding world, our introduction to Harry. We get to know and build a relationship with the character. Harry adjusts to his new life, he makes new friends, he hears all the stories about him, and he can't quite get over why he's so famous. He learns to fly on a broom, use a wand, create a potion. It's not just us discovering Hogwarts and the world of magic, but Harry too. He defeats the bad guy in the end, poor old Quirrell, and the book ends on a happy note. The 2nd book runs along the same course. Harry's personality has developed further, he's more established, more confident, he won't back down or be subjected to any harassment. He steps up to duel Draco, he finds out he's a Parselmouth. Is Harry going to be able to overcome this doubt that many people have about him being the new heir of Slytherin? He defeats Voldemort, he saves Ginny, and the book once again ends on a happy note. Let's go to book 3, The Prisoner of Azkaban, one of the best books in the series. In this situation, Harry really discovers who he is, what happened to his parents, how they were betrayed by Sirius Black, or so he thought. It's more of an emotionally driven Harry. He also discovers what it feels like to lose with Buckbeak's death. It's a harsh lesson that teaches Harry that even though your intentions are good, the situation will not always reflect in your favour. Regardless of Buckbeak being saved, the original timeline still happened and Harry's feelings were still real. Anyway, Harry is properly reunited with Sirius, Peter Pettigrew is outed and captured even though he escapes, and Sirius Black is able to flee to safety on Buckbeak. It's another satisfying ending. Then everything changes in the Goblet of Fire. For the last 3 books, Harry has a satisfying ending. The reader has had a satisfying ending, but it's not the case in the Goblet of Fire. Voldemort returns to power, so that's a first win for him. His first act, even before he gets his body back, was to instruct Wormtail to kill Cedric Diggory, who was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. So he's already inflicted a massive amount of damage in his first few moments, which is quite the reality check for Harry, who literally witnessed his friend die right before him, and that is the starting point for many more deaths to follow now that the Dark Lord is back. The boy who lived is now the boy who lost. The boy who narrowly escaped with his life more like it due to the loophole with his wand having the same core as Voldemort's. Harry is beyond distraught at what's happened, and he refuses to talk about it with anyone else except the Quibbler magazine, who have an honest, non-biased editor, Xenophilius Lovegood. Half the school turns on him, half the community turns on him, and the truth of the matter is, Harry has never felt more alone in his life, even more than his time with the Dursleys. He's had to witness the effects of Cedric's death on everyone and wonder if it was he who was being blamed for it. It wouldn't be too long before he'd then lose his godfather Sirius Black, followed by Dumbledore and many others. People began going missing, people were being tortured, people were being killed, businesses were closing, Diagon Alley wasn't the eventful bright marketplace it once was. The wizarding world was now plunged into darkness once again, and nobody was safe. The Harry Potter story had officially turned dark, and it all stemmed from that very moment that seen Cedric Diggory murdered in the Goblet of Fire. In saying that though guys, that's the moment for me where the books took a turn. I know it may not be the case for all of you, you might have your own moment, so let me know in the comments section what your own moment was. What part of the story, what part of the book made you think, okay, it's not happy magic and potions anymore. Let me know guys. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it guys. I'm really trying so hard to get the channel back to the heights it once was. I really am grateful for you all. Thanks again, and I will see you all in the very next video. Thank you so much for watching, I truly appreciate your support. Everyone, notifications of uploads are more important than ever, so please, if you haven't already, turn those notifications on to make sure you're notified the moment my video goes live. Making videos is what I love to do, it's my dream and my passion. However, it does cost time and money to produce this content, so if you have $1 to spare to support me on Patreon in exchange for some exclusive unseen content, then you can click the Patreon link below or at the end of this video. Please only support me if you can afford it. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at InstaDeanJ and on Twitter at PotterFolklore. Check out my other videos appearing on screen, and please make sure, most importantly, to hit that subscribe button. Thanks again everyone, and please have a great day.